The drum is here at CES, the giant consumer electronics show here in Las Vegas, Nevada. With over 4,500 exhibitors and 175,000 attendees representing over 160 countries, this is the biggest show in the world. It's also a place where some of the most important technology is unveiled, from upstart brands to heritage brands in healthcare, retail, automotive, high-tech, and much more. The Drum chatted with a group of brands, companies, and exhibitors to find out what the latest and greatest is in tech and how it just might change the world.
SAP is helping to make the world a better place because we see technology as an enabler. There are so many companies that have a purpose and a mission, and they're driven by values and want to help the world run better. So for example, last year in our marquee marketing campaign, we focused on companies that are focused on solving challenges across the environment, the economy, and society. We profiled a company that's focused on solving the clean water challenge that we have in India, and we showed how SAP technology is helping to support that mission. Similarly, we have a poaching challenge in South Africa with elephants and rhinos, and we showed how SAP technology is being deployed to help that company support their mission. And the list goes on. And so we're there in support of our customers and what their vision is to help the world become a better place. And we think that technology and the technology that SAP builds can help enable that.
We took a walk across town to the conference center to speak to some of the other brands exhibiting there, such as sportswear company ASICS and Coca-Cola.
Not a lot of people know about ASICS. They may know the brand, but they don't know who we are and what we stand for. What we're doing is actually taking what we've always done, but letting consumers engage with it in a way that is meaningful to them. And so what you're seeing here today, we haven't brought marketers, we've actually brought our scientists and our technologists, and we're letting them speak to real runners, real consumers, then gain insights, but also for people to understand what's really behind what we do. So they're coming in and they're being able to be put through their paces, if you will, as we would in the lab, to be able to understand their own running form. What does that mean for their choice of shoe? What does that mean for correcting their gait? And what does that mean for ultimately how they should be training? So we've always done this. We've done it in the development of our products. But actually what we now want to do is be able to take that and make that accessible and available for everybody.
For the first time at CES, we have teamed up with Amazon Alexa to create what we believe is a unique interactive consumer experience. And we're using this interactive experience, which we think is the first of its kind, to showcase the first energy drinks launch under the Coca-Cola trademark, which is Coke Energy. You know, Coca-Cola has always been built on this idea of humility, the notion that a consumer comes first, and we create relationships with our consumers at a grassroots level. And throughout a 133-year history, it is that humility that has created the kind of success that Coke enjoys and the love, honestly, that we have in this country. We started our relationship with Alexa through this interactive Alexa Coke Energy wall, which was a great way to have access and be part of CES, which is a cultural moment, but also a technology moment. And when we think of innovation at Coca-Cola and we think of this innovation with Coke Energy, this became a perfect fit. To be able to take this new product launch and to surprise and delight the thousands of people that come at CES. We've always had and enjoyed a relationship with Amazon, and this is one more example and proof point of the continued fun that we can have when we collaborate together.
Possible Foods is a company that makes meat directly from plants. Our mission is to eliminate the need for animals in the food system by 2035. So we intend to make everything that comes from an animal directly from plants, from meat to fish to dairy. So we do that through a process of almost reverse engineering meat at the molecular level, figuring out what makes it taste like meat, and then recreating it from the plant kingdom. So we have a lab in Redwood City, California, where we experiment with flavor and texture and aroma, and all of the flavors are driven by a key ingredient, heme, which we developed. And that's how we are making the burger, and we're here at CES to announce our next product, which is Impossible Pork. What our intention is to give consumers exactly what they love about meat. So really demand very little on their part in terms of sacrifice. So if you're giving a consumer the same flavors, the same textures, the same price point, the same health benefits and more, plus all the sustainability aspects of our product versus a product from an animal, why wouldn't you switch? So our hope is that consumers will start to understand that meat from plants could be as delicious or even more delicious than what comes from an animal with a fraction of the environmental footprint. The financial benefits to the consumer, I mean, right now we're still a little bit more expensive than meat from a cow, but not much. And as we scale, that price will come down. So we have a great opportunity to bring the price of Impossible meat much lower than the price of meat from a cow. It will just take some time and some scale. So eventually a consumer will be able to continue to eat meat sustainably on this planet at a lower price point than they're paying now. To the planet, I think the cost is really an environmental cost of not continuing the process that we are engaged in right now, which is harming the planet and we cannot sustain. So I think looking at the true cost of the meat that we consume compared to plant-based meat really is an eye-opener, and you start to really think about choices every day.
Last, we talked to Michael Mauser, Chief Operating Officer at Harman International, about the future of connected automotive technology and how their company is revolutionizing the space.
Harman International is a company focused on connected technologies for the automotive space, the consumer space, and enterprises. The whole automotive industry is just before a big revolution. So we're talking about megatrends, including autonomous driving, connectivity, personalization, electrification of cars, and of course shared mobility. And Harman is addressing exactly these megatrends. So what is changing in the industry? So the industry is moving away from RPM, revolutions per minute, focus, to an experience per mile focus. So in other words, the winner in automotive is going to count on experiences per mile. And that's what Harman is doing. So we are bundling technologies and we are transforming technologies in real mobility experiences.
All right, that's a wrap from The Drum here at CES 2020. Make sure to go to thedrum.com and check out on all the coverage that we have from CES and other marketing and advertising news.